And I just remember it was a pretty emotional day that day for a number of reasons. First, obviously, it was my first time at the facility and kind of getting to meet the Bidwells, getting to see Coach Green, getting to see Rod Graves, and then obviously the day before Pat Tillman lost his life. And so, it was heavy in the building that day. And so I kind of remember the emotions I was experiencing going through this, and then also just being aware of the great sacrifices Pat made for our country, and what that represented being an Arizona Cardinal. Oh man, this is one of the more embarrassing days I had in my life right here. I pride myself on being a decent athlete, and this was not a very good display of athleticism. But I did not fall down, which was the thing I was most proud of. I did not fall, and truth be told, this is the very first time I'd ever been on skates. I'm from Minnesota, but I played basketball in the wintertime, so this is my first time on skates, and I looked like a baby deer that was just born in the wild when I got on these skates. It was a pretty embarrassing moment for me. Yeah, this was a really cool time for me too. I was over in Dubai, and I've always saw people sand surfing, and I wanted to try it, and I did it. I was pretty successful. I didn't get stuck or fall down the first time, so I was pretty happy. I showered for like a week after this, washing my hair every single day, and I could not get the sand out of my hair. It took me like 2 weeks of every day washing my hair to be able to get the sand. Like when I was scratching my head, there would be like still sand falling out of my hair from falling down doing this. So that's one thing I do remember from that also. Yeah, this brings back a lot of good memories from time up in Flagstaff. I miss Flagstaff. It's some of my favorite days in training camp up there. That's back when training camp was real training camp. You would get a chance to spend a lot of intentional time with your teammates. You get to know each other. We stay up until 1 o'clock in the morning playing cards and just really spending quality time. And I really miss that. And Devin come out to practice every once in a while and always causing trouble. He had an infatuation with putting my helmet on. And so yeah, this brings back a lot of cool memories. Yeah, this is really cool, man. I mean, to go from that photo of him in Flagstaff to him being a grown man now, 18 years old, carving his own path out, the work that I've seen him put in for years and years and years, to be able to have the privilege of playing, Power 4 football at a prestigious university is really cool to see as a parent. Any parent could probably attest to that. Yeah, this was a fabulous moment, being up there on that podium with Kurt and Antonio Smith and Carlos Dansby and Adrian Wilson, Edgerrin James and Coach Wizen Hunt and the Bidwell family. Man, it was really a unbelievable moment. Just the energy in that building that day, and then like just going home, I'll never forget riding back on the 10 and just seeing all the Cardinal flags and just how prideful the area was about this moment. That was something I'll never forget. Yeah, this was when I was young and I had a lot of energy coming out before the games. Now I was, as I got older, I was in conservation mode, wanted to save the energy. But this is like a young lion, about to go hunt. This brings back a lot of great memories too. This is me and Anquan. We're in Ethiopia here. We were over there with Oxfam America, building some aquifers for the village there to be able to get more water. A lot of the times you do these kind of missions with guys that you really respect and admire. I think it just continues to solidify the bond over doing something that's pretty unique and giving you the ability to give back to communities that are in need. And so this right here always is a good level set whenever I look at this photo. Yeah, I remember this. Yeah, I always, whenever I saw the kids come out, when they would be out there at halftime playing or before the game, it always made me remember my times and how nice the players were to me when I was a ball boy, from Barry Sanders to Emmitt Smith to Michael Irvin to Jerry Rice and so many other players. They were really kind to me on the sideline, would ask me how I was doing, how was school going, did I play sports. This is all before they were going on the field. And so I remember how that made me feel, and I always try to be respectful and kind to the young people when I would see them out there. this is really cool. I think this is when I got to second place all time in receiving yards, and Jerry was there. Obviously, he's the GOAT. He set the bar and set the standard for what it's supposed to look like, and for him to be out there and come meant a lot to me. I've been able to have a great relationship with Jerry for many years. He used to come up to Minnesota and train with me and help us kind of get ready for the season. Yeah, I always try to get over to Phoenix Children's Hospital. I really enjoy going over there and seeing some of the families and the kids that were over there. I just try to pass a little positive cheer. There's so many families that are going through times that you could never imagine, right? And they just need a little bit of, just want to have a regular conversation. They've been locked up in the hospital for many days, sometimes months and weeks. And so this brings back a lot of nice memories about some of the times I was able to share over there.
So Larry, obviously you impacted a lot going to those hospital visits, and not only was it the kids, it was the families.
Yeah.
So those photos are actually from Gennaro right here.
Really?
So that was his son.
Oh.
That was however many years ago.
It was almost 10 years ago. That was Thanksgiving Day.
Wow.
It meant so much to my wife. My brother-in-law has Down syndrome. He's a huge fan. My son is almost 10. He just had surgery last week again. He's perfectly healthy.
I love
but
it.
we never forgot how much it meant that you showed up on Thanksgiving night at like 9:30 to keep our mind off of this very traumatic experience. So I forever thank you. My wife says
so
thank
happy
you.
he's healthy too.
Yes, he's good.
So happy he's healthy.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Appreciate
Absolutely.
you, brother. Thank you.